I probably recorded this for at least 5 times now, and I'm so tired having to repeat myself again and again since this is my first video ever. So I'll just get along with my story of my pregnancy journey and how I told everybody that I was pregnant. I FaceTimed my cousin and showed her the test, and then she was like, I can't really see anything, so send me a picture. So I did. I sent her a picture, and then she was like, oh my god, Gabby, I think you're pregnant. So I was just so scared, like, hello, pregnant at 19, like, what am I gonna do with my life? I'm just starting. I'm not even done with college yet. So her family has a clinic somewhere, so my boyfriend and I drove for like an hour plus just to see my cousin and have myself tested. So they got blood work, I think, from me. I forgot. But then they did 2 kinds of ultrasounds on me. So like the first one was the normal ultrasound, the gel over your tummy. So they were like monitoring it, and then they were like, oh, nothing naman pala eh. So I was like, oh, thank God. For obvious reasons, like I didn't want to get pregnant at that time. And then they were like thinking it's so impossible because 3 tests said that I was pregnant and I've been feeling like this. And then I was late for my period already. So they were like, okay, we suggest that you take a transvaginal ultrasound. Then I saw the big thing, like it was like really long, and I was like, that's gonna come in me. So I was like, okay, whatever. I just wanna know if I'm pregnant or not. So it was so funny. So it was inserted inside me, and then they were like looking. I think there's like a monitor camera. I don't know what's in that stick, but then they were like, oh, there's nothing yet. And then they were like, oh wait, we'll go in a little deeper. So like they went a little deeper, and then they were like twisting the stick around, and then they saw something. And then my uncle was like, you're pregnant. So I was like, what? Are you sure? Are you sure? Can you check again? So like he, I don't know, faced the camera, or I don't know what that thing is in there. He faced it there to the sac and said, yes, you're pregnant. 7 weeks, I think? Something like that. You're blank weeks already. So I was like, so took out the long transvaginal ultrasound device, and he left me alone. And then my aunt went in, and I hugged her, and I was crying. And then my cousin was just standing in front of me, like staring at me, like, and I was like, oh, as well, what do I expect from my life? Like, I can't even support myself, so how am I gonna support this baby? Like, how am I gonna tell my mom? How am I gonna tell my family? Are they gonna disown me? Like, being in a Chinese and Catholic family, like, I'll probably be disowned. So I was like just crying, and that's when I went to my boyfriend. Then I was like, well, I'm pregnant. And then he was like, yeah, I heard you guys. So at the time I felt bad because he wasn't there inside the room. It was my cousin and my uncle, but then it was supposed to be him. So I was like, I'll go call your mom, because, you know, she knew that we were going to the clinic. So there, he called his mom. I was getting worried, you know, about what they were talking about outside. But after a week I had another ultrasound, and then it got bigger. So I was like, oh, I'm really pregnant. So yeah, I had been taking my prenatal vitamins already. I had 2 ultrasounds. You know, I was doing everything a pregnant woman should do, like sleep early, eat healthy stuff already, like as early as that. So that was the process of like how I knew that I was pregnant. 2 weeks after, I decided to tell my mom. Oh my gosh, it was like the perfect plan, but then my mom didn't comply, so it didn't happen. It was like, we'll just go with the day and like make it as normal as possible. And then when we get home, that's the time that my boyfriend and I would tell her. But then she wasn't even complying because she wanted everyone to sleep already. She wanted everyone to get ready, you know, for bed, because she's so tired. Because she went out like the night before with some of her girlfriends, so you know where that went. Like they went drinking, blah blah blah. So I'm not gonna go too much in depth of like how I told her, but like she shouted at me and said, what's so important that you have to tell me that Mark has to be there? Mark is my boyfriend. it's either you're doing drugs or you're pregnant. And she was like, are you doing drugs? And I was like, no. And then she was like, are you pregnant? Then I was quiet, I just nodded and I started crying. So I was like, oh my gosh. Thinking about it this day just makes me so nervous. Like I feel like I'm about to tell her again, even if Anyway, so I told her, and then, you know, at first everybody was so against it. Like my boyfriend's side, my siblings were even against it, my parents were against it, my grandparents were against it. Everybody was against it except for like my best friends. So like I was just happy that somebody was on my side. So there, like everybody started to see my tummy getting bigger. That was the only time that they started supporting me and actually touching my belly and say, you're gonna be a mom, your life is gonna change. All those happy spiritual talking thingy. So I was like, yeah. I was like, but then in my head I was like, yeah, you didn't want this, right? But then why are you talking to me? So I was like, whatever. But then I was grateful that they started to accept me, right? And I was just so grateful that the outcome turned okay. So anyway, during my pregnancy, I actually didn't have cravings until I reached 8 months. And I didn't have any symptoms. I was just super sleepy. I kept sleeping the whole day. Like, you know those days when you wake up, you're like so sleepy again, then you sleep again, then when you wake up, you sleep again. It was like that kind of thing for me for about 2-3 months. And then I didn't vomit at all for the whole pregnancy, although I felt like I was going to. So like I would always gag, but then nothing would come out, so that was frustrating. I was so moody, except yeah, I was moody for the first trimester, but then I was so nice. I was actually super nice to everybody except for my boyfriend. I do not know why. I was so nice to the point that we were eating out in a restaurant, and then this waiter had a tray full of drinks, like so much water. He had watermelon shake, he had 3 iced teas, 2 orange juice. Yeah, because we were a lot in that table. And then he tripped on something and it all fell on my back and I was laughing. Okay, I was just laughing. I mean, like, what the hell? Like, why would, like, I was just so nice. Generally a laughing person all the time. So I guess that has a factor with my baby being so happy right now. She's a laughing baby all the time. So I felt like I'm not super sure if she was the one who manipulated me into laughing or it was the other way around. So there. During my second trimester, my mother-in-law was actually worried that my baby would be dark because I was eating Cocoa Crunch non-stop. Like my sister would eat a bit of it, then when I would see her, I'd literally shout and scream at her. Not scream, but like shout and get mad and get annoyed and like not talk to her for a while. Cause she ate my Cocoa Crunch, even if she was the one who got it from the grocery. Like, as long as it's Cocoa Crunch here in the pantry, it's mine. And everybody knew that, but like she decides to get some sometimes, so I was like always mad at her. Anyway, so Cocoa Crunch and Yakult. Yakult, I would finish I think 1 whole pack, sometimes even 1.5 during the second trimester. And then on the third trimester, I would drink milk non-stop, anything milk based. During the 8th month, I also started craving for milk tea. Yeah, taho. Oh my gosh, soy pudding. So I don't know what happened, but that's my favorite until now. I didn't really like taho before, but then now I feel like it's in my favorite food for the longest time. So that's all. During my pregnancy, I just felt like my tummy was getting big, but then it wasn't something that I actually felt because I didn't have the normal pregnancy symptoms like in the movies or like in books that I read or based from like real life stories from other people. So I was kind of sad that I didn't really feel my pregnancy to its full capacity because of like the not feeling of the symptoms. But then I was grateful enough because there were like some people that share their story of being pregnant, and it was like something that they didn't like because they kept throwing up, and everybody was just saying, oh, you're so lucky that you didn't go through the hardships. But I was like, I kind of wanted to, because I just wanted to feel, you know, the essence of pregnancy. But like, besides that, I was like so happy lang, because, you know, it was just like my tummy was getting big a little bit more than usual. But then during the first trimester, I barely ate. I don't know why. I didn't really lose my appetite, but I felt like just a bit of food was enough already for me. And it was like kind of scary because I felt like my baby wasn't getting any nutrients. But then my doctor uncle said that this thing called eating for two isn't really a thing that you should do, because no matter how little you eat, your body when you're pregnant will naturally prioritize your baby before you, so you can eat normally. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I could remember. I'm probably gonna talk about my labor and delivery story in another video, because I think that's kind of long and kind of draggy, but it was also funny because that's gonna be a video that's full of like my doctor's appointments, my ultrasound, when I was in labor. Oh my god, when I was in labor, that was so funny. That was one hell of a story. Anyway, so that's it for my pregnancy video, my pregnancy journey. I hope you liked my video. This is actually my first time doing YouTube, so I don't know what to expect from this video, but I assure you that the videos coming would be a little bit better, and I hope that one day it would actually be something pleasing to, I don't know, view. I apologize for the quality of this video. I mean, if it's not as professional as you guys would think it is. So there, I think I should just stop saying sorry. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye.